Harvey's lawsuit is getting thrown out? Well, that's what we're going to be looking at today. The other day, I made a video talking about how, Fiona Harvey's lawsuit against Netflix got an official date. Someone sent me this article, well, not article, but these court listener documents over. And it stated the 29th of July 2024. So what was that? About 2 months ago. And it's from Judge Gary Klausner, right? And it says here, proposed order. Whereas defendants Netflix Inc. and Netflix Worldwide Entertainment LLC's collectively Netflix or defendants motion to dismiss the complaint filed by plaintiff Fiona Harvey came on the hearing on August 26, 2024 before Honourable R. Gary Klausner in courtroom 850 above the captioned court. Whereas having considered the motion and papers submitted in support thereof, all opposition papers and all oral argument and good cause appearing therefore. So I feel like there's just a lot of words thrown into court documents and literally none of it ever makes sense. But, you know, I know I struggle with reading and I'm very sorry to everyone that, I hear your comments. I know. I literally, words jump across the page for me, right? Literally, when I'm reading, I'll be reading a passage of text and I'll be like, I'm in a good flow here, I'm in a good flow. And then suddenly, a word will just hop. I don't know how else to describe it, but words just start moving about the page and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gone. Boys, I'm gone. And so I know I struggle to read. I'm sorry. If you want to pause it and you want to read it yourself, that's absolutely fine. But I do apologise in advance. Anyway, let's carry on. It is hereby ordered that Netflix's motion to dismiss Harvey's first cause of action for defamation per se is granted, okay, without leave to amend the grounds that 1. Harvey fails to adequately allege that Baby Reindeer, the series, makes any probably false statement of fact about her. 2. The allegedly defamatory statements constitute legally protected opinion. 3. Harvey is liable proof, plaintiff, and 4. Harvey fails to allege actual malice. So I saw this and I was like, damn. They the motion to dismiss from Netflix's side is granted, which of course would mean that Netflix are gonna, the courts are gonna throw this case out, which is weird. But obviously this court document is listed on Court Listener, but don't you worry, I've got a potential reason as to why the court may have got an actual date and what's going to happen moving forwards. Let's carry on with this to begin with though. 2. Netflix's motion to dismiss Harvey's second cause of action for intentional infliction of emotional distress is granted without leave to amend on grounds that is duplicative of Harvey's defamation claim. And because she does not adequately allege that Netflix engaged in outrageous conduct, nor that such conduct the cause of her supposed emotional distress. 3. Netflix's motion to dismiss Harvey's third cause of action for negligence is granted without leave to amend on grounds that this is duplicative of Harvey's defamation claim. 4. Netflix's motion to dismiss Harvey's fourth cause of action for gross negligence is granted without leave to amend on grounds that is duplicative of Harvey's defamation claim. And because she does not sufficiently allege any element of negligence. 5. Netflix's motion to dismiss Harvey's fifth cause of action for right of publicity common law is granted without leave to amend on grounds that is duplicative of Harvey's defamation claim. The First Amendment prevents Harvey from maintaining a right of publicity cause of action premised on expressive work. Abrogated and both grounds, and Harvey does not adequately allege 1. Knowing the use of Netflix of her likeness, or 2. A direct connection between that alleged use of and the commercial purpose for creating this series. 6. Netflix's motion to dismiss of Harvey's sixth cause of action for right of publicity is granted without leave of amend on grounds that is duplicative of Harvey's defamation claim. The First Amendment prevents Harvey from maintaining the right of publicity, cause of action premised in the expressive work. And Harvey does not adequately allege knowing the use of Netflix of her likeness or a direct connection between the alleged use and the commercial purpose of creating the series. And the final part, 7. Netflix's motion to dismiss Harvey's claims for punitive damages with respect to her first, second, fourth, fifth, sixth causes of action is granted without leave to amend on grounds that Harvey fails to allege oppressed fraud or malice with the requisite specificity. I can't get the word out. Specificity. Fuck's sake. I can't get the word out. And then it ends with, it is so ordered. Okay? So, to me, that reads as basically everything that Fiona Harvey listed off in her court documents and the reason for her suing and defamatory claims has all been dismissed. Alright? Which is weird. But, as we notice in the final paragraph, this is where the loopholes start to come in, and this is where I think that it's actually still going to go to court, but some of the parts are dismissed, but it might not be dismissed. I don't know. It's a very hazy area. Anyone that understands law, help me out in the comments. But it says here, Netflix's motion to dismiss Harvey's claims for punitive damages with respect to her first, second, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Alright? So the third cause of action was not redacted. Whereas the first, second, fourth, fifth, and sixth were all granted to be dismissed from the case. So that means that there's still room for her to have her, defamatory case. And that might be the reason why she's going forward. But maybe she just can't claim on those other 5 things. That's how it reads to me. Again, I'm not the best with law, so if anyone does understand this much better than me, let me know in the comments below. But another thing that I noticed is down in the comments, or down in the final section, it's not been dated, and it hasn't been signed. Now, every court document that we've seen thus far has either been signed off by the solicitors or the legal team of the defendant or the plaintiff, either Fiona Harvey or Netflix, has been signed off by Fiona Harvey herself, has been signed off by Richard Gadd himself, or has been signed off by the judge himself. Whereas this one hasn't been signed off. So does that mean that it doesn't stand? Or is this just like an outline document that was like put in there? But basically it was put to the judge, and this was like, well, in our opinions, from the rest of the legal side of things, they were like, this is why all of this should be taken out, and then the judge just never signed it off because he didn't agree. I don't actually know. But either way, this obviously came out before the official Fiona Harvey court document thing. Hang on, so bear with me right here. So let me just pull it up. I think it's all about the Emmys. We covered that yesterday. If you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend that you do. Right, I think there was an official date that I had. I've made a video about it already. I can't find it now. It's all taken up by the Emmys. But, it did get an official date of, like, March next year. So, like, 2025. So, it's still going ahead from the looks of it. But maybe just not for everything that Fiona Harvey was going for, if that makes sense. I don't know. I wanted to throw this one out there. Because, I've covered literally everything else. So, it would be silly for me to just miss this part out. But this was sent to me by people who are also following the situation. So thank you so much. You know who you are. I don't know if you want to be named online, so I'm just going to say thank you to those of you that send me stuff. Please be sure to keep sending me stuff because, you guys really help me to keep in the loop with it just as much as I do. Anyway, what do you guys think of this? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump together, hell out that like button if you have not already. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.